Hey there, besties, and yet again, we gotta talk. Just open up Tickety Talk just to see about Alabama. Shout out to August 5th, 2023. All right, and this is what I open it up to, this foolishness right here. Why does anyone have to say this? Why? Stop walking around your son naked. Come on, child, I don't even want to listen to this, but ain't no way I can see this and we not talk about it.
Ladies, stop walking around your sons butt-ass naked. It is emotional incest, whether you want to believe it or not. Let's talk about it. I give zero who I offend in this video because the reason why we have a nation full of toxic men with mommy issues is because their mommies are toxic.
Ooh, pause. Viewer discretion is advised. I edit as much as I can, but she started off straight out the gate. All right, shout out to her. Now listen, I don't know all the technical stuff, all right, or what she talking about, but what I will say is it's inappropriate to be walking around either of your children as the opposite sex. I don't even understand how this even is a statement that needs to be made. I'm not sure why it is that any woman thinks that it is okay to walk around and parade around naked in front of your son and vice versa, a woman doing it in front of her son. Wait. And vice versa. Wait, a man doing it in front of his daughter. Sorry, y'all. I did go to school. Anyway. But I'm just saying, like, come on now. Why does that have to be even said? Like, this needs to be done at a young age. Kids start to see and know and understand at a very young age, but I would say as soon as they can even start recognizing, y'all got to stop this. Why does someone got to tell y'all everything, and then when someone does it, and then you're mad, then you want to talk about them, then you want to give them a hard time? This is a sis, so y'all should be open to what she has to say, because she has sister, okay? But come on, child, what else is there?
And it's time that we start exposing these toxic mommies for the shit they expose their sons to in their early childhood, causing them long-term trauma. And when they become adults, they take this trauma that they have towards their mamas, the trauma that their mamas created, and they punish their wives and girlfriends for it. If your son is a baby, a toddler, you're breastfeeding him, you're nursing him, you know, he's at an age where he doesn't understand or comprehend nudity. It's totally fine, you know, when they're that small. But as they approach, you know, 5 years old,
exactly,
they're in kindergarten,
exactly,
you don't need to be walking around your sons naked.
Now listen, like some of the stuff that we got to get through, and I know white supremacy, discrimination, and racism, child. I know. But I do think it's just laziness. It's the fact that your mamas didn't teach y'all nothing. It's the fact that you think that your sons are your husbands and boyfriends. Shout out to Kendra G, video coming. Y'all just think that anything goes and nothing is off limits. There has to be limits. What is wrong with a limit? Y'all think you should just do and have and be anywhere and anything at all times, no matter what, to your own kids' detriment? Does anyone care about their kids? Does anyone care about their damn kids?
And you don't need to let them sleep in the bed with you. You have to draw a boundary because this is how it's affecting boys. And it's long-term damage that is caused by their mammies. When your son becomes old enough to watch television and he sees certain commercials and certain things on television, everything is sexualized on TV.
And it is.
He's going to start, you know, feeling a certain way towards the things, specifically women that he sees on television and women that he sees out in the community, even his school teachers. He may be even attracted to them. You know, his first attraction towards women is his mother. Exactly. And it's on you, his mother, to create a boundary and say, hey, son, and this is subconsciously, hey, son, I'm not your girlfriend or wife. You are not to lust after me.
Well, first of all, we got to get enough of these women, these good mamas, to understand that they need to understand it. This is not your husband. It's not your boyfriend. It don't matter if he's the only man in the house. You effed up from the gate. But you can't say that because I do what I want. I'm strong, independent. I don't need a man. And yet you do. And this would be the reason why. Boys and girls, of course. But I know we specifically talking about boys at this point. As soon as you say something, it's all this drama, trauma, and all this BS. But then as soon as they want and need something, then you're supposed to respond. Then they get on Kendra G talking about it. And then when people are talking about them, then they all offended. You do this to yourself. Y'all do these things to yourself. And you're creating these gremlins that are out in the world right now. And yet every time something happens, we supposed to feel sorry. You should feel sorry for yourself and your child because you created this. You did this. You can't even set a freaking boundary. And if you don't know what the damn boundaries are, like let this be the sign to let you know that you shouldn't be sexualizing your child and your child shouldn't be sexualizing you. Kids is going to do what they going to do, but we need to make sure we set the boundaries. Hey, yo, that ain't how this work. All right, period. Get that kid some help if you need to. This is so weird that we even have to have this conversation.
I'm your nurturer. God put me here to be your protector and nurturer, but that's where it ends. But when you walk around naked or you allow your little boy in the bed with you, especially if he's a preteen, shame on you, then he starts getting things confused, mixed signals saying, hey, is mommy my mommy or is she a sexual object? That's your fault, ladies. Narcissistic women create nasty, codependent, enmeshed relationships with their son, and it messes their son's minds up long term. And then when they get married, they punish their wives and they mistreat their wives and treat their wives like their mothers. They take their anger that they have for their mama out on their wives and their girlfriends, and it needs to stop.
All right, well, shout out to this lady. I don't know if she's a teacher or a professor or a doctor or what the hell it is that she is, but this video came up and I said there's no way I could go by it. I wanted to hear what she had to say. Now again, I don't know all this technical stuff because you know I'm not the smartest child. I ain't got no PhD, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, none of that. All right, I just am the firm believer in common damn sense, which everybody don't have. I can't even believe that this is a conversation that actually needs to be had, but at the same time I can see it. We've seen how many people on Kendra G come on there. Remember the one that came through with the mama was talking about all her sexual escapades, what she want to do, and a little fat pudgy thing talking about, I take care of that. I decide when anybody get that. Talking about his mama's OPP. Y'all, that was sad and disgusting. And the fact that Kendra went through with it, she should be ashamed of her daggone self. And that woman didn't think anything of it. That woman did not care. The woman that's being highlighted now, who opened the show with, that's my boyfriend, talking about her son. He's 7, if I'm not mistaken. How does that even sound? You can't get a man, so you want to go ahead and connect to your son? That is so inappropriate, and no one wants to call this out. Nobody wants to say anything. Nobody wants to say nothing about big mama, whoever the hell you want to call yourselves. It's disgusting, and it needs to stop, and it needs to be called out. You don't like it? I don't give a F. Y'all got to do better. Stop treating your children like they are adults. And then when they're adults, you want to just drop them the F off, adult by age, even though they basically been stunted by growth way back when you didn't know how to act appropriately. Seek some damn therapy. Stop getting pregnant by bums. Stop looking at things superficially and then turn around later because you heard somebody else say it after you got 4 kids and 4 baby daddies that you want to get married. Why? For what? What would you need to get married for? The most basic thing for marriage is to have kids in a nuclear family and to build wealth. Y'all want to hear none of that. Black people suck at both and nobody want to listen. Whatever. Anyway, I ain't even trying to get all riled up. I'm on vacation, y'all. I'm about to go get white girl wasted. If you made it this far, I do appreciate you. Please consider subscribing. I will see you all in the next one.